Hello! I am needing to free up some of my freezer space, and I'm going to clear out this Christmas ham, and we're going to make some split pea soup. And it's going to be a really basic recipe. So what I got here is 2 1-pound bags of split peas dried, and my ham left over from Christmas. And it's still frozen. So we're just going to dump that in the bottom of my crock pot. If you had a hock, you throw that in there. And I'm going to rinse these beans and pick through them and see if make sure there's no rocks or anything in them. And I'll be right back. Alright, there they are. They're rinsed. Let's dump those in there. And I'm going to put a 32-ounce box, which is about 4 cups, of chicken broth in there. And that's all the broth I got. So we'll make up some with my chicken flavored bouillon, Knorr's. 1 teaspoon is 1 cup of broth. We're going to put 8 more cups in there. So I'm going to put 8 teaspoons of the Knorr. Then my 4 cups of water here. 4 more cups of water. Oh yeah. Give that a little stir. We'll get that started on low. And salt and pepper that to taste. I'm really partial to pepper and not so much salt, but we'll put some in there. Alright, and we'll get out my cutting board. I got some of these carrots that have already been cut and peeled. Some call them baby carrots. I'm just going to chop those in much smaller chunks than they are right now and add them to the pot. That was 1 pound of carrots. Really, that's all there is to it. I might put some onion flakes in here later, or some garlic or something just to season it up a bit, but we're going to let that cook for probably about 8 hours on low. And I'll let you know how long we cook it, and I'll come back if I decide to add more seasoning to that. I'll show you that. So other than that, it's just a plain soup. I'll see you next time with the lid on. Okay, I've cooked that for about 6 hours on low. I did not end up adding anything to that because I tasted it during the cooking and it tastes absolutely perfect. Let's give that a stir and look at that. Look at that beautiful soup. So I'm going to turn this off. Those carrots, I was kind of worried that I might have put too much in there, but I put just the right amount because it really added that a nice flavor to this soup. Look at that. So we're going to put 2.5 pounds per tray. There we go. 2.5 pounds. Put my dividers in there. I got those set up in my standard go-to 10. I'm going to set those on this towel for now because we're going to have to let those cool down before I stick those in the freezer. So, I'll press on with this. Alright, I got that much left, which is fantastic. So I'm going to have me a bowl of this for dinner. And I'll let these trays cool down before I stick them in the freezer. We'll get them frozen solid overnight. And then next time you see them, they'll be coming out of the freeze dryer. I'll see you then. Alright, there we go. My split pea soup that was in my freeze dryer for 40+ hours. And I went ahead and threw some pilot bread crackers on there when I freeze dried them, just to make sure that they were totally dry. And we're going to package one of those in each pouch. Just finished breaking those up. Alright, we are going to package those like most of my meals, 3 squares per pouch, which works out pretty good size meal for me. So I'm just going to put them in there, break them up just a little bit. They're very delicate anyway. And put a cracker in it. A pilot bread. Alright, so we'll get these all packaged up into the pouches and I'll be right back. Okay, got those all in the pouch while my sealer's heating up. Let's go ahead and put a 300cc O2 absorber in each meal pouch. And we'll go ahead and Ziploc those shut now. Perfect timing. Those have all got their O2 absorber in them. My heater has, the light is turned off to tell me it is hot enough. So we're just going to get those 10 pouches sealed. If I haven't told you before, when I put this in here and I close it, I look along the edge there and you see it melt. You know it's done. You know you got a good seal on it. Alright, there you go. Turn that off. Put that off to the side. We'll leave these sit out for a day or two. Make sure nothing appears wrong with them. They should suck in a little bit. But if they don't, it's not really a bad sign, to be honest with you. What you're looking for is to make sure that all those seals stay sealed and all that. So, next time you see these, it won't be tonight. Probably tomorrow for lunch. I'll open one of these up and we'll have it for lunch. I'll see you then. Okay, my how time flies. I've been busy doing other things. Actually, make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video because I've been playing around and got something new I'm going to be doing at the end of my videos. I'm going to try it out for a little while, see if you guys like it. So make sure you stay till the end. But I've been learning how to do that process that we're going to see at the end of the video. It's been several weeks since I freeze dried this, but it's lunchtime, actually a late lunch, early dinner. So we are going to dig in and have some of my split pea soup. Got that open. There's my meal pouch on the inside. You can see my pilot bread cracker, which we are going to remove. And we're going to also remove my O2 absorber. Yes, don't forget that, John. And I got a cup of water here. And I'm going to start out with 3/4 of a cup, but I noticed when I freeze dried this, it got pretty thick. My standard is 3/4 of a cup. But I don't want my pea soup to be too thick. So we might end up adding just a little bit more to that. Alright, so let me seal that shut. And we'll let that sit for 2 minutes. This is hot water from my Keurig, almost boiling. We'll see in 2 minutes. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes. That's probably ready already, but I got carrots in there, so I want to make sure everything gets rehydrated. So I'm going to give that a stir. And yes, definitely that is too thin. So I'm going to add the rest of that cup of hot water to that. And let's see if that thins it out enough. I mean, that was a nice thick pea soup. But I don't want it that thick. And that looks much, much better. Boy, it smells good. Alright. Ziplock that shut one more time. And we'll let that sit. Well, get that zip jar. There you go. We'll let that sit for 2 more minutes. I'll see you then. Alright, that's been about 2 more minutes. So while I'm stirring this, I'll tell you about my pouches. I get these pouches from topmylar.com. topmylar.com. And if you're a regular viewer of my channel, you know that. I buy them by the case. They were the original inventor of the meal pouch, which is wider than it is tall. And they are perfect for eating right out of the pouch. And like I say, I buy them by the case. They're a good quality 7 mil thick bag that holds boiling water, designed to hold boiling water. But for the, oh man, that's good. But for the video, I could eat this right out of the pouch, but for the video, we like to show it to you. Check this out. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Does that look good or what? Let's get it all in there. Now you could actually make that thinner than that, but that's a pretty good thickness there. Let's have a taste. Oh man, that is so good. I just love a good split pea soup. What goes good with this? But if you guys watch my videos several weeks ago, I did a series of 7 days. I went straight 7 days. All I had was freeze-dried food. Nothing else during the day, the whole day. For 7 days, I lived off of freeze-dried food. And in one of those videos, I opened up a can of my pilot bread. And obviously, I'm going to use 1 cracker out of it, or 2, I think. I can't remember. And I still had a bunch of these that were in that open tin. So I put one of these in each one of my split pea soups. But what it would go better with this probably is some cornbread. So, you know, that's just something you could actually do differently, is you could bake up some cornbread and cut those in little squares and make like croutons out of them, which I've done in many of my videos. And that would go great with this too. A great flavored cornbread and split pea soup. They just go together. I think they're meant to be together. But today we have crackers. And these are just good too. I like them. I like them very much. Put those in there. Oh man. That ham and those carrots have come back beautifully. Again, some of you viewers might ask, because you probably read online and stuff, that carrots don't retain their color. Again, on that 7-day series, I was eating my freeze-dried meals that were 3, 4, 2, 3 years old. And in one of those, actually a couple, but I know for sure, one of those, I mentioned, one of those meals that I had during that week, I can't remember which one, it had mixed vegetables in it, and part of the mixed vegetables was the carrots, and those carrots were bright orange as they were the day I packaged them. And the trick to keeping your carrots orange is you need to cook them before you freeze dry them. If you put them in there raw, they do lose color. But I remember that in that video, what I did was I bought frozen mixed vegetables. I think it had like peas, carrots, corn, that type of stuff. You know, it comes in a bag. And I cooked it before I freeze dried it. I didn't just take them out of the bag and put them in my freeze dryer. I cooked it, I froze them again, and then freeze dried it. And those carrots were just bright as orange as the day I packaged them. If I think about it, I might comment below so you guys can go back and look at that video, because I can't remember how old that meal was, but it was pretty old. But today we're talking about split pea soup, and I'm going to finish this off camera, and then we're going to come back for my new thing I'm going to be doing. So I'll be back in a minute. Well, that didn't take me long to polish that off. That was delicious. I enjoyed that. So I thought about adding at the end of my videos something that's kind of family orientated. Because I like to remember when I was a young child sitting around the table at dinner and after dinner, and we'd all, you know, the family would have a chat, talk. They'd shoot the breeze, solve all the world's problems, talk about the weather, what you did at school that day. You know, we just have a little get together. And I really miss that. So I'm on my own, so I'm going to have a sit down chat with you guys. So what I've done is I have written a story. And it's called The Simmering Secret, A Tale of Kindness and Gratitude. All right? So without further ado, let's get into the story. The Simmering Secret, A Tale of Kindness and Gratitude. In a small village where the air was sweet and the scent of blooming flowers, lived a kind-hearted man named John Bibbs. He was a man with a bushy white beard and twinkling eyes, living a simple life. He spent his days tending to his garden, where he grew the most delicious vegetables in the village. One day, as he was cooking a hearty pea soup, A young girl with curly brown hair and a bright smile wandered into his kitchen. As the girl watched, the man added a pinch of this and a dash of that, making the soup simmer with flavor. She asked him, "Why do you cook for everyone in the village when they don't even say thank you?" The man smiled and said, "Kindness is like a seed. It grows and spreads when we nurture it. I cook for others because it makes me happy, and it reminds me of the kindness my mother showed to me when I was a child." The girl thought about the man's words and realized that she had been taking her mother's kindness for granted. She decided to help her mother with the household chores without being asked. As she worked, she felt a sense of pride and happiness knowing that she was showing kindness to her mother. As the days passed, the girl noticed that her mother was smiling more, and the villagers were thanking the man for his delicious soup. The man's kindness had inspired a chain reaction of gratitude and kindness throughout the village. The girl realized that one small act of kindness could make a big difference in the lives of those around her. The girl learned a valuable lesson that day, that kindness is like a simmering pot of pea soup. It warms the heart and nourishes the soul. She continued to help her mother, and the man continued to cook for the villagers, spreading kindness and gratitude throughout the village. Remember, kindness is like a simmering pot of soup. It warms the heart and nourishes the soul. Okay, what do y'all think about that? So we just shared a nice little story after dinner at the table. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this downloadable PDF of that story with all the pictures and everything. And I'm going to make that available for my members only area. That way, it's kind of helps me out. And if you really want to print a copy of that, you can either become a member, or I think I'll just leave it there. Become a member, and if you really if you would like to purchase a copy of the PDF downloadable and not be a member, that's fine. If there's enough interest, I'll set that up. Just let me know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy your split pea soup, because I sure did. And I hope you enjoyed that little story. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you next time.